To cut a new sole out for a slipper, where you want it to go slightly past the existing so it looks real crisp, have a guess at it, roll it over and make a line there, and roll it over and make a line there. You can see these dots, and then just join it up. And then to check it, come forward, say 60mm from the back, measure from there across to there and check that that fits just inside there, and measure again from there to there. And also measure from just past there to the back and make sure that it fits nicely there. Then you can go ahead and cut it out. Cut it out just outside your line and then check it again to make sure it actually all fits properly. Once you get one right, trace it onto the other one and then check it before you cut it out. And then I've got a bit of tape there just so I can line it up with a little blue line on the brown sole. Same at the heel. Put it on pretty wet in case I needed to change it around. Gonna let that tack off a bit, then I'll start wiggling those sides up and we'll stitch it on. I did run around the edge here with the mini band just because I was trying to be classy. Having regrets about doing that now, but I'll do the other one to match so they're both looking classy. Stitch around the back bit's easy, and then as you come to the front, just aiming it more this way and it starts to get real tricky there. Keep going as far as you can to the end, and then when you're holding this, sort of push this up, so like you're trying to tilt the shoe around this way as much as you can. Quite tricky when the shoe doesn't want to bend, and then once we get to a certain point, we'll flick the shoe over the other way and start going back. Definitely tricky around this spot, and each step I'm having to push the foot forward because it's hitting on the other side too hard. So I just got to work out the spot where it's about there, and then push the foot forward, and then carry on with each step. It'll get easy again in another 10 millimeters, sorry. So I put this together wet, and then I let it dry now until it's pretty tacky. And when I'm putting this together, I'm going to bring some of this excess wrinkle back this way rather than pushing it all to the front. Let some of the wrinkles be in the easy to get at and stitch way. So I'll get this toe that way, glued, sorry, and then some of that wrinkle, I'll ooze that to the back that way, and the same with this side, I'll get that. You want the front to be as easy as you can make it, and the same with the heel. Here's the other one that I've just stitched around. Bit of glue to remove. I've stitched around it twice just for the fun of it. Second time's a lot easier. When you're sewing on the sewing machine, it's a good idea to have a look at, see, like that's up, and that's when your needle's up, and then the needle's coming down, obviously. Needle's coming down, needle's coming all the way down pretty much to bottom. And now what we want to look at is as we come around this way, so I'm going to move this handle from here to here, and you watch the foot. That's when the foot goes forward, right? So that's when the foot's right forward. That's the position when the foot's right forward. So if this is 9 o'clock and that's 8 o'clock, so 8 o'clock's where the foot's wanting to go forward, but if it's stuck up against something, it'll be sitting backwards. So it's at the 8 o'clock position on the wheel when you can push the back of it forward when you're at the toe to get yourself another stitch. Sometimes with a pucker like this little bump here, I should just get this little screwdriver and just push that down and under this far side foot to keep it there. So when I do the next stitch, it's going to get that rubber nicely in a good spot. If you're trying to stitch onto the steep rubber, sometimes the needle is going to glance off and want to go bad places. All told, pretty frustrating job really. Much easier to do with the 1mm or with the suede rather than trying to do it with this 1.8mm. Stitching the sides alright, stitching the back's alright, slight pucker there. Got a bit of a pucker on the toe there, but I think she'll be happy that her slippers aren't going to wear out for some time. That's the good news.